Every year, in increasing numbers, American cops are turning to what's known as a Google geofence warrant to help them investigate crimes and gather evidence. The controversial warrants force Google to provide identifying information on all users who had location services turned on inside a specific area during a given time, potentially implicating anyone who was in the area of a crime, not just the suspects. Police have used them in all manner of cases, from arsons to robberies to the January 6th riot investigation. Now, a Google geofence warrant could be crucial in deciding whether or not two suspects live or die. In 2015, the Kansas City Police Department was investigating a hatful of what they believed were connected crimes: cocaine dealing, an armed robbery, the murder of a man named Danny Lamont Dean, and the killing of another, Dwayne Johnson, who allegedly tipped the cops off to the first homicide. Two men, Shawn Burkhalter and Joshua Nesbitt, were suspected of being involved. 7 years later, Kansas City Police and Department of Justice prosecutors are still trying to pin the crimes on the two men, who'd originally been indicted back in 2018, with superseding indictments landing in 2019 and 2021, covering crimes of narcotics deals, robbery and murder. The DOJ is seeking the death penalty for both men, who have pleaded not guilty. Their lawyers and the DOJ had not provided comment at the time of publication. To gather more evidence that might lead to their prosecution and execution, the cops are looking to Google's huge trove of historical location data. Earlier this year, according to a geofence warrant obtained by Forbes, law enforcement asked the tech giant to provide any information on phones that were in the vicinities of the robbery and the Dean murder. Google responded with information on a single user who was in at least one of the two areas at the times of the crimes. It's unclear if that piece of evidence will prove impactful. But if the data pinpoints one of the suspects at the murder scene, it could be pivotal in determining whether or not they are prosecuted and get the death penalty. Kansas City Police did not respond to requests for comment. Not only does the Kansas City warrant show how powerful Google's information could be in closing out cases, it also raises privacy concerns about how long Google retains location data on the more than 1 billion people who use its Maps service every month. As the FBI states in its geofence warrant application, Google maintains these records indefinitely for accounts created before June 2020, unless the user deletes it or opts to automatically delete their location history and web and app activity after 3 or 18 months. The warrant reference